After Effects CS3 Professional ships with a generous number of effects. However, it can be hard for a user to know what all these effects do or how to use them effectively. Therefore, After Effects also ships with animation presets. Presets contain great configurations of effects, but can also contain other parameters, keyframed animations, expressions. They can even create text and shape layers for you. New in After Effects CS3 is Brainstorm. Brainstorm is a really quick and fun way to try out variations on different effects and keyframed animations. We're going to cover all three in this training. Now, to apply an effect, select the layer, and you can either use the Effect menu, or you can use the Effects and Presets palette, which is a really handy tool. Effects and Presets likes to be tall, so go ahead and drag it a bit taller in the user interface. If you know that you want, say, a blur effect, start to type in blur, and this window will show you all of the effects that have blur in its name. Pick one you want, such as fast blur, and drag it straight onto your footage. An effects control panel will open with its parameters. You can use F3 to open and close it, or you can select the layer down the timeline panel and hit E to reveal effects down there. To remove an effect, just select it and hit delete. Now you might have noticed back in Effects and Presets, not only did I see all the effects with the word blur in them, I also got all the animation presets that have the word blur as well. By clicking on the arrow in the upper right corner, you can set different options for what you see in this window, whether it's effects or presets. Let's go ahead and focus on animation presets next. I'll go ahead and delete the word blur and twirl down the animation presets folder. There's many categories in here. Some great ones to check out include behaviors, which are automated animations, shapes, which create brand new shape layers in After Effects CS3, and text, which contains hundreds of presets for different text animations. There's other tutorials in the video workshop you can check out on those features. Now, if you don't know exactly what you want to apply, it's also easy to browse them. Click on the arrow in the upper right and select Browse Presets. This will open Adobe Bridge. Here you will see the different folders for the animation presets categories. Let's pick something like, say, Transitions. Click on it, and in the preview panel inside Bridge, I can see a trial of what this preset may look like. To apply it, double-click it, and I'll switch back into After Effects with this preset applied. As I drag my time marker through it, you can see my transition. If I want to see what makes up this particular animation preset, again, I can see my effects in the Effects Control panel. Type E down the timeline to reveal just the effects, or type U to reveal any keyframes and any expressions that are used in this animation preset. If I want to change the timing of this particular transition, I just go ahead and change the timing of the keyframes, and now I have a much faster transition. Now, since animation presets can apply other parameters in addition to effects, rather than deleting the effect directly, it's much better to undo to get rid of it. You can also use the History option inside the Edit menu to go back to Undo Apply Animation Preset. Let's try something else. I can go ahead and do Browse Presets or switch directly into Bridge. Go ahead and move up a folder level and pick something such as, Image Creative. Many different colorization effects in this folder. Let's try Sunset Gradient. Double-click, and it's applied to my footage. And again, the effects open automatically in the Effects and Controls panel. Now I can either start to edit these parameters directly, or if I'm not quite sure how these effects works, I can use a brand new feature in After Effects CS3 called Brainstorm. What Brainstorm does is create variations on whatever effects and parameters I have selected. So select your effects and click on this icon. You will immediately see 9 different previews of variations on this effect. If you want to see more, you can change how much randomness Brainstorm uses. Click again. Once there's one that catches my eye, I can put my cursor over it, and I have several other options. I can check it out full screen. I can apply it to the current composition if I decide this one's a keeper. If I'm not quite sure, I can go ahead and save it as a brand new composition and come back and check that out later. Or I can say, let's use this as a seed for future brainstorms. And I can go ahead and select multiple trials and say, give me variations between, say, these 2 frames. Click on Brainstorm again, and now it will show me variations based on those 2 seeds. When I have something that I like, select it, click on Apply to Composition, and now it has been applied to my current comp. If I particularly like that look, I can go ahead and select these 2 effects, and then save an animation preset of them by clicking on this button in the lower right corner. I can go ahead and create my own folders of animation presets, and they will appear with the rest of the presets and can be searched and sorted just like all the other ones. Now, Brainstorm is also a great tool to learn what an effect does if you're not already familiar with it. For example, Cell Pattern is a really cool effect for creating interesting randomized backgrounds. But if you're not familiar with how Cell Pattern works, you can let Brainstorm show you what it can do. Select the effects, in this case Cell Pattern, and the brand new Tritone effect, which is also included in CS3, and then click on Brainstorm. Brainstorm will show me several different variations of these effects, and again I can keep brainstorming, increase the randomness, and keep going until I find something that I like. If I find that this is pretty cool, I can go ahead and save a copy of it to a brand new composition, refer back to it later, or even use it as a seed for other animations. Brainstorm also has the ability to go ahead and show me preview animations. I've keyframed cell pattern and gave me some animation. Brainstorm will show me what its variations look like with that keyframed animation. And then when I'm happy, apply to comp. So you can see the combination of effects, animation presets, and Brainstorm gives you lots of options to quickly come up with a variety of looks for whatever footage you're working with.